Hey everyone, this is Cynthia, psychic and astrologer. So, this is going to be the weekly horoscope for December 15th through December 21st. So, let's get started. Aries, the full moon on December 18th will actually fall in your third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors. The next couple weeks can bring a time for you to see an increase of communication through emails, text messages, and phone calls. This can also be a time for you to repair or replace a vehicle, computer, cell phone, or telephone. This can actually bring about a time for you to take on new studies, new classes, and courses to further your career. Now, one of the big news of the week is actually going to be the Venus retrograde on December 19th, and it will last all the way through January 28th, 2022. That's when it will go direct. Now, Venus will actually be in your career house. So, this is actually going to be a time where it could create issues with employers, employees, clients, customers. Maybe you're changing jobs or being open to new financial opportunities. Now, I would be cautious in starting a business at this time just because it could bring about bigger issues in the future. I would say if you can hold off for a while, I would do so. Now, I will be discussing the Venus retrograde in general more further in a separate video, but I do have an article on my website called The Venus Retrograde. So if you did want to check that out at thepsychicone.com, you will go under articles and you'll be able to read more about the Venus retrograde. Now, the sun will be entering your career house on December 21st. So the next 4 weeks will bring a time where it can bring about opportunities for a promotion or advancement, or even an opportunity to start a business. Now, remember, like I was saying, because of the Venus retrograde, you just want to be careful and cautious on what you do in order to proceed forward. Like, for instance, people that you're working with, collaborating, investing, anybody that you're working with to get this career going could bring about issues and problems in the future. I've seen too many times people working together to start a business, and then either one partner or investor just disappears, stops investing, stops collaborating, and leaves the other person out in the cold. So, this is going to be a situation where maybe it teaches you to really work closely on what you need to do in order to get things to move forward. Now, this is actually a great time to move forward in starting a new job, getting promoted, or even changing jobs. If you are open to see what else is out there for you that could bring about more money, this is a great time. One of those great times to look forward to will be December 20th. That's actually a very positive career and financial date. Keep an eye on the days leading up to the 20th and soon after. That could bring about great opportunities for more money. Oh, the other day, like I said, the days leading into it, so December 19th and December 20th, I really feel that there are great opportunities here for more money and more financial stability and security. So this would be a great time to venture out and be open to new opportunities for the long term. This is a great opportunity for you for your career. Just be aware of the Venus retrograde. Um, like I said, I know that there's going to be opportunities there for you. So just tread lightly, but this can bring about great financially for you. Taurus. Now, the Venus retrograde on December 19th through January 28th, 2022, can easily affect you more deeply. And that's because Venus is your ruling planet. So you'll be affected by it deeply. This could relate to career and finances or love and relationships. Um, the one thing that I would say is that maybe you want to focus on what you need to do in order to make things different for yourself. And this could bring about changes on how you approach relationships and how you approach the future of your career and finances. This could bring about a time where you need to take on a different approach and do things differently. It could bring about the end of a relationship or possibly a separation or divorce. But that's only if there's already been problems in the past. This might be a wake up call that, hey, things need to be dealt with differently, or they're going to end up at that level of coming to an end. I hope not. And I hope this opens up opportunities to approach things differently. But I feel that this could be a time to take on a new way of doing things. Now, the sun is actually going to be entering your ninth house of long distance trips, foreign people, and places on December 21st. And this could actually bring about 4 weeks of opportunities for travel, or maybe even enter college or university, or maybe even study and learn a new topic of interest. This is a great time to expand your horizons and learn something new. Now, a positive, adventurous time for you will be on December 19th and December 20th. This could bring about new ventures, new changes, maybe doing something different than your regular routine. Now, the full moon on December 18th falls in your second house of earned income. So the next 2 weeks could bring about two sources of income, two job offers, two opportunities in making more money. The ways of making money could also come about in communication and transportation. I've seen it many times when we have a full moon in Gemini, and this falls in someone's career or financial house, which is the second house, the sixth house, and the 10th house. I've noticed many times career opportunities could come in the form of communication, transportation, travels, or they're traveling a lot for their business. So this could bring about maybe more frequent travel. But this is actually a great time for you. You have a Venus retrograde, which, yes, it can affect you in a financial sense or in a romantic sense. But everything that else that I keep getting for you and what's coming up, actually, if anything, is really good. So, not even the full moon is a bad full moon. And a lot of times we think full moons are bad, but this full moon is actually pretty good. So, this can open up a lot of doors and opportunities. Remember, you just had a full moon lunar eclipse last month in November, and the energy of that was really good. So, that's just traveling into this full moon and into the new year. So, definitely a lot to look forward to. Be open to new opportunities there. And I feel you have a lot to look forward to in these next few weeks and into the new year and in the next few months. Gemini, the full moon on December 18th will fall in your own sign in house. The next 2 weeks is all about you and your personal wants and needs. This is actually a time for you to focus on where you want to be at in the future, and this could include going back to school, taking on classes and courses to further your career. This is also a time when you may see an increase of short trips, communication through emails and phone calls. This is actually a great time to connect with family and friends. Now, Venus will be retrograding starting December 19th through the end of January in your eighth house of joint resources, taxes, credit cards, and loans. I would highly suggest to be careful if you're making a major purchase like a home or a vehicle, because you could run into greater issues in the long term. Now, if you're purchasing like a fixer upper or a like a house that's going to need a lot of repairs or renovations, this may not be any different for you. So it may not even make a difference. But I just want you to be aware that you could run into bigger problems in the long term. So just be aware if when making any kind of major purchases, I would hold off on making any kind of cosmetic work. I do have an article called The Venus Retrograde on my website, that's like a one.com. So if you get a chance, go check out the article under articles and read about the Venus retrograde. I'll be posting a video about the Venus retrograde here soon. But in the meantime, I always tell people really be careful on making any kind of major purchase during this time, as you may have regrets later on. Now, the eighth house also rules taxes, credit cards, and loans. There could be issues with any of these situations like taxes, credit cards, loans. If any joint obligations or resources are like child support, alimony. So if you're going through a divorce, you may want to be careful that things don't come out of nowhere at last minute or by surprise. So just be aware of the unknown. But as long as you are on top of things and aware, then I feel you'll be fine. Now, the sun enters your eighth house of joint resources, taxes, and credit cards on December 21st. So it is going to be a time to focus on taxes, credit, loans, child support, alimony, or any other financial obligations connected to others. This is actually a great time to budget and save for the future and to focus on building long term financial opportunities there. Now, a very positive day for you will come on December 20th. And this is a great time to make some changes. New opportunities may come for you. If you're looking for a job, this could actually be a job that you could do remotely, online, or even just work from home, or that you start a business from home. So keep an eye around that day of December 20th, and this could actually bring about new opportunities in a new, different way. And I think that could easily be a very beneficial opportunity for you. Cancer. Now, on December 18th, the full moon will fall in your 12th house of secrets and solitude. But what's interesting is this is actually going to be a full moon that's going to keep you quite active. And I feel the activities of this full moon can actually bring about a lot of opportunities for you on a long term sense. This could bring about maybe you might be starting a new business or going back to school. Like there's this part of you that's kind of studious and wants to learn more or do more. And what's interesting is that with the sun entering your partnership house later on in the week on December 21st, this can bring about opportunities where you kind of collaborate and work with others here. So, what's interesting about this week is we've got the full moon that's very active. You have um, the sun entering your partnership house on December 21st. On December 20th, this could bring about a change or an opportunity for you. Now, Venus does retrograde on your partnership house on December 19th, all the way through January 28th. This could bring about issues with a partner or someone close to you. This could also bring about opportunities of change. But like I said, this is actually going to be a very productive and active time for you. And this opens up opportunities for the long term. Now, the only thing that I would say is because there's going to be a lot going on here, that you may want to write things down, take some notes. You may kind of feel a little scattered and indecisive. So I would say it's good to just get a notebook, write things down. One moment you might be wanting to think about pursuing one thing, the next moment it's pursuing something different. So I would say put some notes down because this is actually going to be a time that could bring about some changes and some new opportunities for you. Overall, the energy, like I said, is going to be pretty productive. Yes, the Venus retrograde could bring about issues with a partner or someone close to you. It can bring about the end of a partnership or relationship. That's only if there's already been problems in the past. But if there is, maybe everyone's already gotten to a point where it's just time to move on. Either way, the energy is very positive for you to be open to the long term of something. Like I said, even starting a new venture, business, uh, pursuing something new, maybe even into for the new year, and being open to seeing what else is out there for you. But this could bring about something great for the long term. And I feel this is a time for you to feel like it's time for a new Leo. So the full moon is actually going to fall in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations on December 18th. The next couple weeks will actually bring about a time for you to spend time with friends, maybe be social, build new friendships and connections. This can actually be a great time to meet someone new. Um, Now, usually when I think like groups and organizations and friendships, this could also be social media because when you're dealing with like groups of people, groups of friends, social media, whether it's like your Facebooks, your Instagrams, your TikToks, like where you're gathering and building a group of people to connect with. So that could be also a situation that could bring about, a big connection and just meeting someone or meeting other people. Now, the connections could also be in relation to your career, like networking and building social connections. Now, Venus is actually going to start retrograding on December 19th from your sixth house of work, service, and health. So it'll go direct on January 28th, 2022. So, about the next few weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Um, there could be issues with your work environment. Maybe this is with clients, customers, coworkers. There could also be a time where you may decide to change jobs or find a new place to work. This could also even bring about a time for you to um, maybe even work from home or pursue working from home. This could actually open up a new business venture or a new business of opportunity for you. Now, this can also bring about a time where you start to evaluate where you want to be at in your career and if this is a time to make change. And the other thing, too, is going to be with your health and well being. This could be a time to exercise, lose weight, maybe start taking your health and well being more serious, maybe even looking to see other ways to focus on your health, whether it's eating healthier or building more for your health. Now, the other thing, too, is this could relate to the health of a pet, whether you get a new pet, have a pet, maybe you're starting to focus on their health and well being, especially if they're a senior dog or a senior pet, like a cat, a dog, or other animals that maybe they're getting older. And so now you're prioritizing their health and well being and looking over them. So, like I said, Venus is actually going to go direct on January 28th. So, this is actually going to be a time where you focus on all that. Now, actually, very positive days will be on December 19th and December 20th. And I actually like the energy during those times. Definitely going to focus on your career, and this could actually bring about new opportunities, maybe even more money too. Now, the sun is actually going to enter your sixth house of work, service, and health on December 22nd, 21st, actually, on December 21st. So the next 4 weeks will bring about a time for you to notice an increase of tedious tasks and projects, maybe more work projects, but more work projects that could bring about an increase of sales, bonuses, and commissions. Again, this could also be a time to focus on your health and well-being by exercising and losing weight. It's a very busy and productive time for you. Yes, we have to deal with the Venus retrograde, but there's definitely going to be a lot of great opportunities for you to focus to grow your career and be more open to opportunities that could help building on your career. Virgo. So the full moon on December 18th will fall in your career house. This could bring about two opportunities, two job opportunities, or even career opportunities that will relate to transportation and communication. Maybe it might be a job that you do frequent trips like deliveries or taking short trips for your job. So the energy of the full moon will last 2 weeks. It's a very positive full moon. Maybe you're open to working two types of jobs or two different types of jobs that actually will bring you more money. So it's a very active and productive time. And this is actually a great time for you to focus on building even maybe side income or maybe even pursuing for a promotion or advancement or finding ways, like I said, to bring in more money. This is also a great time where you would do well in meetings and interviews. So Venus actually will begin its retrograde cycle starting December 19th and will go direct until will be retrograde till January 28th and go direct around that time, January 28th, January 29th. So this will be in your fifth house of love, children, and creative projects. Yes, there could be the possibility of a relationship coming to an end, but that's only if there have already been issues in this relationship. Um, it could be a time where maybe everyone decides to move on and just feel like there's nothing left to work out. Now, if there is a breakup during the Venus retrograde, the chances of a reconciliation is about 5%. Yeah, in the future, just in general, in the future, whether it's anytime right away or even 5 years later. Either way, the chances of a reconciliation would be, like I said, less than 5%. Now, this is also a time possibly maybe focusing on children, issues relating with children, especially if it focuses on financial obligations connected to children. This is actually going to be a time to focus on where you want to be at for the future. And if any relationship is not making you happy, it could be a time of just moving on. Now, on December 19th and December 20th, it's actually really good positive days. This could actually open up opportunities for you to be more adventurous, be more open to doing something different, maybe taking on a different routine for the day, maybe going out exploring a new town, a new city, a new mall, or shopping. So, and maybe even connecting with family and friends. The energy is very positive for socializing and building connections. This is actually great if you're looking to reconnect with someone. Maybe you've lost contact or lost touch with family and friends, and this is a great time to build connections with them. Now, the sun will enter your fifth house of love, children, and creative projects on December 21st. So, the next 4 weeks will actually bring about a time to be social and outgoing. You may find yourself around concerts, music, and movies. So you may find yourself just watching more movies and listening maybe to music, watching more comedies, being social and outgoing. So it's a really good time just to, like I said, build connections and meet new people. Overall, the energy is a very social time. Yes, this could bring about the possibility of a relationship coming to an end, maybe even focusing on, do you connect with someone, or maybe it's just time to move on. Overall, the energy is very positive if you're looking to, like I said, build connections, meet new people. This is a great time to also just be focusing on your career. And if you're open to maybe building new connections, if you're looking to pursue a new business venture or job venture, the next couple weeks will actually be a great time to do so. Libra. So the full moon on December 18th will fall in your ninth house of long distance trips, foreign people, and places. The next 2 weeks could bring about two long distance trips. It could also bring about a time for you to connect with people from afar. This is actually also a great time to enter college or university or take on classes and courses to further your career. This is actually also a great time for you to study and learn a new topic of interest, or maybe even deal with issues relating to the law or legal issues. So it's a great time to just be open to expanding your horizons and learning something new. Now, Venus will actually be retrograding from your fourth house of home. So the next 6 to 8 weeks will actually bring a time for you to focus on the home. And this could be a time for you to relocate, renovate, or make changes involving the home. There could be some changes or renovations that you need to make in connection to the home. Now, there could be the possibility of someone moving in or someone moving out of the home. There could be renovations, uh, maybe plumbing issues that you weren't really wanting to take care of, but maybe it's also a time for you to either look for a new place to live or just be open to making some changes and some repairs. Now, the sun will also enter your fourth house of home on December 21st. So, the next 4 weeks can bring a time, like I said, to relocate, renovate, and make changes around the home. Now, this could also be a time for you to be open to changes of what comes up for you regarding the home. Now, if you are looking for a new place to live, this will actually be a great time for you. The only thing that I would say, because of the Venus retrograde, that you double check on everything and make sure that if there are any kind of changes, um, repairs that need to be done, that you make sure that they get them done, or else you might have some regrets later on. With a Venus retrograde, there could be things hidden behind the walls, kind of thing, and you may not know about it until afterwards. So make sure you do inspections. Make sure you walk into a place 2, 3 times before making a final decision. This is actually also a time where there could be sudden changes and quick decisions that need to be made. So this could create a little bit of frustration, especially if you don't have a lot of time to work with. But overall, I mean, the energy is good to focus on the home and make changes relating to the home. And if you are looking for a new place to live, this is actually a great time where you could run into some better deals than what you have in the past. In the meantime, just kind of take your time. And like I said, double check, triple check before signing on the dotted line and making any final decisions. Scorpio. The full moon on December 18th will fall in your eighth house of joint resources, taxes, credit cards, and loans. The next 2 weeks can bring a time for you to have to pay off some debts or bills. Maybe you take on a new debt or bill. This could also be where you take on a new debt because you're purchasing a home, getting a vehicle, or some other big financial obligation. Maybe it's connected to child support or alimony. This could actually be a time where you pay off, like I said, some debts or bills, and this could be a great time for you to get ahead with your finances. Now, Venus will actually start to retrograde on December 19th and will go all the way till January 28th, when it will go direct around that time. And Venus will actually be in your third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors. Now, there could be issues with vehicles, computers, cell phones, and telephones. You may have to repair or replace one of these items. I would say if you can avoid making a major purchase like a vehicle during that time, I would try to hold out. But if you need to replace one of these items because it broke down, you don't have it anymore, just make sure that you read between the lines. Make sure you double check to see if there's any repairs that need to be made before making any final decisions. But overall, I think it's a great time for you to focus on, you know, uh, communication, connecting with family and friends, being more open with others, especially if you have lost contact or maybe haven't really had much communication. This is actually a great time to build on that connection and to build on the communication. Um, it's also a great time to reconnect with someone that you've lost contact with. Uh, the sun will actually enter your third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors on December 21st. So the next 4 weeks can see an increase of communication through emails, text messages, and phone calls. Like I said, you may have to repair or replace a vehicle, computer, cell phone, or telephone. It's also a great time to connect with cousins, aunts, and uncles. Now, the energy overall is really productive and very positive. So, this can actually be a great time for you to build more connections, build more communication with others. This has actually been a great time to um, connect with people that you've lost contact with. Now, I would say, if anything, the energy of the week is going to be kind of upbeat and fast paced. I think you'll like that the energy will be picking up for you. And I think you'll even like that you're going to be building connections with others that you will enjoy being around and enjoying that communication to really clear up any kind of issues or problems. Overall, the energy is great. Yes, the Venus retrograde might create a little bit of a setback, but if you kind of know in advance how to deal with the issues, you'll be able to handle it easily. Now, I did create a video about the Venus retrograde, so when you get a chance, check it out. I even have an article relating about the Venus retrograde on thepsychicone.com. So when you get a chance, check out my website, and also just be prepared that the energy will be pretty busy and pretty productive, but you'll be able to handle it easily. Sagittarius. So Venus is going to start retrograding on December 19th from your second house of earned income. It won't go direct until around January 28th or 29th. Now, the second house rules finances, so there may be issues with finances and financial obligations. You may change jobs or find new sources of income. There could be issues with your current job, and you may feel like it's time to move on. This could bring about issues with getting paid or getting paid properly. The full moon on December 18th will fall in your partnership house. The partner could be someone personal or professional. This could also be changes in partnerships, whether it's ending a partnership or relationship. It could also be starting a new chapter in your life, like getting engaged or getting married. This is actually also a great time to have open communication, better communication with someone close to you. Now, Capricorn will enter your second house of earned income on December 21st, bringing about 4 weeks of opportunities to make more money. Positive days for you are going to be December 19th and December 20th. The energy is quite active and quite got a lot of energy going on. So this could bring about new opportunities and new connections for you. Capricorn. So, the Venus retrograde starting December 19th will fall in your own sign and house. I would suggest if you are looking to make some changes, whether it's in your career, finances, or relationships, the next few weeks may bring about a time for you to focus on that. If you're not happy, or maybe even not happy with yourself, this could bring about a time where you decide to move on. Now, this could also bring about a time for you to pursue new ventures and new opportunities, whether it's meeting somebody new, building a job opportunity, starting a new career path or business path for you. Now, the full moon on December 18th falls in your sixth house of work, service, and health. So, the next 2 weeks can bring about a time for you to work hard for the money, change jobs, see an increase of tedious tasks and projects. This could also be a time for you to focus on your health and well being by exercising and losing weight. It's also a great time to focus on the health and well being of a child or of a pet. Now, the sun enters your own sign in house on December 21st. So, the next few weeks will bring about a time for you to focus on your personal wants and needs. This is also a great time for you to focus on whether maybe you want to go back to school, start a new venture, start maybe even relocate to a new city or a new state. So, obviously, the energy of the week and the next few weeks is actually going to bring about a time for you to focus on what's been not working for you and time to make some changes. Now, because of the Venus retrograde, I would suggest if you are maybe looking to try something new, like a new hairstyle, um, or maybe even get some cosmetic work. Anything that could be considered permanent, I would hold out until the end of January. You may have regrets later on with this Venus retrograde. Not saying that you can't do it, but maybe things don't come out the way you would like them to. So if you could hold out a few more weeks, that could help you and maybe save you from a lot of heartaches and headaches. The energy is pretty productive and pretty active on December 20th, and this could actually help you to get a lot more work done and many tasks and projects done on time and for the day. Aquarius. So the full moon on December 18th will fall in your fifth house of love, children, and creative projects. The next 2 weeks can bring a time for you to find love or fall in love. This could also be a time for you to spend time with children in a sport or hobby. There may be the possibility of a relationship coming to an end, but that is only if there have already been issues in the past. Also, Venus will start to retrograde December 19th through the end of January, and this could bring about the possibility of finding that somebody was cheating behind your back, or maybe you're the one being deceptive and cheating on them. Now, as we continue into, like I said, December 19th, Venus enters your 12th house of secrets and solitude. This could bring about, like I said, hiding things behind someone's back. Hopefully, that doesn't become the issue, but if that happens, this could really reveal the truth of a relationship. This is a great time to work out any issues or problems and resolve any issues or problems. But this could also be a healing time. With the sun entering your 12th house on December 21st, this could be a time for you to get rid of any unhealthy habits or people from your life. This is the time to focus on healing and moving on. A very great positive social day for you comes on December 20th, and this is a great time to build connections and make new friends. Pisces. So the full moon on December 18th will fall in your fourth house of home. The next 2 weeks could bring a time for you to relocate, renovate, or make changes around the home. This could also be a time for you to maybe purchase a new home, maybe a two-bedroom home, or move into a two-bedroom apartment. It could also increase communication with neighbors and family members. So it's a very positive social time for you and also a time to focus on the home. This could also be a time to purchase new furniture or home accessories. Now, Venus will retrograde starting December 19th from your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations. This will actually continue all the way to the end of January. So, a Venus retrograde could actually create issues with friends, family members, or other people close to you. Now, it could actually bring about a closeness with a friend. Maybe a lover turns into a friend, or a friend acts, or maybe a friend turns into a lover, or a lover acts more like a friend. Now, it's a great social time, but this could possibly bring about the end of a friendship or connection. If that is the case, that could bring about an opportunity or a time when you move on from where you thought of someone that was close to you, but not anymore. It's a great social time for you and a great time to attend parties and events, but this is also a good time to build new connections. Now, if there are any kind of endings of a friendship, like I said, it's probably because everybody has outgrown each other or maybe has decided that they don't connect the same way anymore. Yes, it can be devastating and heartbroken, but as we kind of go on in the chapters in our life, maybe it's a time where it tells you this is time for something different. But if anything, it could also help you to reevaluate who is a real friend and who is just time to move on from any kind of friendship. Now, the sun will also enter your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations on December 21st. So, the next few weeks is a positive social time and a great time to build new connections and new friendships. This is actually even a great time to build connections by networking, especially for a job, or also to build connections with people around you. A positive financial time for you would be December 19th and December 20th, but it's also a great social time for you. You may decide to build a business or a business venture online or by building connections online like social media. This is a great positive time for you to meet new people, build new connections, find new ways to build financial opportunities, possibly through these connections. It may be time to end one type of connection or friendship and move on to others that you feel greater connection to. It's a great social time, but also a great time to, like I said, evaluate who matters most to you and who is just time to move on from.